Question: looking for ways to save some money on food during this very expensive time of the year? Back with 8 of the 16 meal ideas. Today is part 1, tomorrow will be part 2. Back in a few. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate every single one of you. If you happen to be brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran subscriber and viewer, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello today, hello. Hope you come back one day and stick around. Going to give you some meal ideas, just ideas for this time of the month during the toughest, expensive month for many people at this time of the year, the holiday gift-giving month, the season of Christmas. Now, the best way we can cut back easily is in our kitchen. We can save lots of money in our kitchen, in our grocery stores, but first it comes up with the ideas before you even get to the grocery store. Using the KISS approach, keep it simple, sweetie approach, simplicity. Simplicity is going to be my theme from now on. I really mean that. Because if you apply the idea of simplicity to everything that you do, you'll be amazed at how much time, stress, and eventually money can be saved. It really makes a big difference. So let's get started with today is part 1 of a 2-part series. So we're going to get started with the first 8 ideas. And just to mention, these meals can be interchanged for any time, pretty much, especially geared for lunch and dinner. But some of these are breakfast for dinner ideas, and it can be interchanged. So let's talk about this. The first one that I had that popped into my head was because I was staring at my own oatmeal container. And I was thinking, tonight, I don't want anything heavy. Literally, I don't want a heavy meal tonight. I really don't. So I'm going to have some oatmeal and fruit. Now, if I'm starting to crave protein too, what I could consider doing is making a couple of fried eggs on the side. So I have my protein, I have my carbs, and I have my fruit. Notice I don't mention a vegetable. I don't necessarily always want to have a vegetable at dinner time. That's just me. So what I'll do is swap it out for fruit. Everyone is different. Sometimes I'll have a vegetable during lunch, for example. So oatmeal and fruit is the main idea for my dinner tonight. Next, here's another meal idea. Very, very simple. Tomato soup with canned green beans. I love those two flavors together. Ever notice that green beans or string beans or whatever way you wish to call it taste really, really good with a tomato-based product? Ever try that? It's really quite good. You could do that with, for example, spaghetti sauce on green beans, or in this case, we're going to apply, and I use the canned ones, the julienne cut, the French cut ones. Drain the can carefully, and I, rinse out the green beans. Then I add that to my tomato soup as it's cooking. Yum. It's really quite good together. So tomato soup with canned green beans, and on the side, while I'm doing that, I have my air fryer going. And what am I making? A grilled Colby Jack grilled cheese sandwich. Very simply. You could add a little butter on the inner sides of your bread. Some people do the outsides. But for me, I do the inner sides to keep my air fryer cleaner. It's sort of like a little trick. And I'll put 1 or 1.5 slices of good quality Colby Jack cheese in the bread. Cut that in half. I pop it in my air fryer for just about 5 minutes at 350. It's not necessarily going to turn brown, but it's just crispy enough for me. As long as the cheese inside is melty, that makes me happy. Another trick to making that, to make it really yummy, is to work with whole wheat bread. I find that air fryer grilled cheese sandwiches taste really, really good if you do the whole wheat bread version. Another option you could do is simply spray with non-stick spray the outsides of your bread if you don't want to enter any sort of, margarine or butter on the insides of your sandwich bread. Totally up to you. But that with the tomato soup and the green beans is really quite good. Next, meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn, excuse me. Those three go together so well. Just like you, if you don't care for meatloaf, if you prefer chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. You don't have to get the fancy part of the chicken. If thighs are on sale, chicken thighs, you get them for much cheaper. Or chicken drumsticks, you could use that, work with that, with the mashed potatoes and the corn. Yum. Talk about comfort food. But if you're in the mood for beef, meatloaf certainly fills the bill for me. Any sort of pasta with vegetables. You could team up any shape, flavor, color pasta with a vegetable of your choice, and you are good to go. It is filling, it is quick, it is easy, it is healthy, and it's definitely very, very affordable. Next, chicken stir fry with ramen noodles added at the end. Yes, you can have those chicken tenders, the fresh ones, and you could, do your stir fry with your soy sauce or whatever flavorings that you decide to put in. And all you have to do when it's all said and done is add some cooked ramen noodles and toss. Add maybe a pinch or so of a little soy sauce if you want. You are good to go. Yum. Next, peanut butter and jelly on whole wheat toast. Be a kid again. Sometimes you don't want to cook at all. What's the big deal to put together a couple of pieces of toasted whole wheat bread, add your favorite flavor, peanut butter and jelly. Some people just like only peanut butter. Some people just want only jelly or jam, whatever. That's okay too. Some want both. Some prefer marmalade. But you get it. We call that a dessert sandwich. So it's like sort of taking care of two things at the same time, your meal and your dessert. So your desired sweet tooth gets satisfied as well. On the side, it wouldn't hurt to make a pitcher of lemon water, just lemon and fresh water. Make a pitcher of that. You can make that a couple hours in advance so the flavors marry. Yum. Tastes very, very, very fresh. And if you want it to have the lemonade effect, if you want to add a dash of sugar to it, not tons, add a dash of sugar to it, and it tastes really, really good. Your own homemade lemonade, really. Next, potato and onion frittata. Yum. Everything that you're going to use is inexpensive. Eggs are inexpensive. Potatoes are inexpensive. Onions are inexpensive. You team that up, you put it together, you either bake it off or you make it as an omelet like that on top of your stove if you don't want an official frittata. If you want it baked, you bake it. Either way, it's going to be delicious. That I could promise you. If you want to make some cornbread or something on the side, you could do that as well. Just something to have a little bit on the side is always quite good. Next, Steve Young 74, he had produced on his Recipe Tuesday a little while back a yummy recipe involving kielbasa and rice. I'm going to hook that video up in the description box below. This is a great recipe idea. These recipes are geared for folks in the real world. So that's it for part 1 of the recipes, the first 8. And I'll come back tomorrow with part 2. Hope that these help. Hope that these ideas inspire you to make something yummy, delicious, and best of all, affordable, especially now. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you very much for viewing. Why? Because I appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, and tricks. I really appreciate you. Going to outro this, and then I'm going to give you a fast wave. Be right back. Take good care, everybody. See you tomorrow with more recipes. Have a great day.